All right, welcome back to Blackacre Ranch, everyone. Today, we're just gonna kind of go through what has been a miserable couple week of just dumb things I've done. And sometimes this is what happens on a ranch. Anyway, dumb stuff. So we're here in pasture 7. You guys know I've been mowing and doing stuff. Half these items relate to mowing. So this has just been, like, I've never done these things before, but it just happens this one time and it puts a halt to everything. So pasture 7 has been mowed, except for this section, which I just got done mowing. It was doing great. It's been a couple of days, I'll be honest with you. Went down off the cliff over there to the bottom half, started doing some stuff, and I kind of did an oops. So stick with this, guys. I'm going to show you the real life dumb stuff you do. Sometimes they say, you know, dumb should hurt, and it does, and we all do it, right? It's just sometimes when you're in tractors and other things like that, it hurts worse. But so anyway, stick with us. Let's go through 4 things that just kind of made these last couple weeks suck. So I'm here at the bottom of pasture 7. This is the lower section that's kind of off the cliff. And this is what I've been mowing. So I got the top side done, obviously came down here. And I've made myself a couple first passes, 3 passes or so. And all things were going perfect until issue number 1. Here, I'll get you out of the sun. I decided to run over myself this branch, and at the time it wasn't such a big deal. I didn't think it was gonna be that big a deal, but obviously the branch turned a little bit sideways and it made my life a little bit more miserable than I wanted it to. And obviously, guess what's in front of it? Nothing's mowed, so it kind of halted everything. So here at the tractor, I went from over there all the way over to here. And I was really hoping that I was going to be able to get out of this whole mess and get up topside, but it didn't happen. So what goes on is we have our valve stems on the inside, and oftentimes a manufacturer will put a steel kind of a hoodie over that to protect it. And this one doesn't have that. But the branch came across and whacked right into it and broke off the brass valve stem. I think it's a brass one. Yeah, it's on this other side, you can see it. And so I'm sitting up here mowing and I hear something going on, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of steam and other things popping up on the backside over here. And at first I thought it was a hydraulic leak. I shut the mower off. I'm kind of thinking, what's going on? I pull forward a little bit and it starts going more and more. And what happens is the valve stem being broke off, all the water ballast that is in the tires starts to leak. And so the first times I saw it, it was on the high side. As I moved forward, it then started catching again because it's lower, you know, water drains. So anyway, I went around and around and tire came off and we called the repair guy. So the repair guy came out and he replaced everything. He put a tube in it. These inner tubes are required because these tires, they're not, I don't know if he said they're not radial tires. They don't hold their width. Down here, there's no lip like there is on a typical rim of a car tire, so the bead isn't the same, but the tires themselves just squeeze in on the inside. And so unless you're really pushing a lot of air in at one time, like the factory, he can't inject enough air to squish the sidewalls out to hold it. So there'd be like 2 inches of gap either side where the tire isn't even touching the rim. So all that being said, he had to put an inner tube in it. And so now we have a rubber valve stem this side and a brass one that side. Should I be able to know how to do this? Yes. And I think in the future, could I do it? Yes. Right now is not the time. So we're gonna get this tractor actually back up top side because we have ballast in that tire, but none in this tire. So we're gonna try and get this in and finally, once and for all, fix the bad thing that happened, the first of 4 that kind of occurred that made this a really sucky couple weeks.
All right, so Jeff left in the tractor. I'm supposed to drive the truck. But, you know, somebody has the keys in his pocket. And the tractor's still loud mowing. He can't hear me. So I get a walk. Awesome. So somebody figured out that he took the keys after I told him, because he's like, what happened to you? Yeah, I'm walking. Yes.
So, we didn't bring the adapter, so I asked my wife to let me know when the valve stem gets up on top, but yeah, dang it, oops. So, really what happens, and I can show you, I think on these guys, no, are they on the inside? Gosh, dang it, man, they're all on the inside now. So what happens is you can fill up the water to a certain point wherever the valve stem is at, and everything else is there. And we didn't even bring a stinking adapter. It fits on the end of a hose, and you just take out the valve stem thingy that lets the air in and out, whatever. And you screw it on and put water in. That's pretty much the process. You just gotta make sure the valve stem is up top or whatever height you want the water filled up to. So, gosh, dang it. All right. Number 1 is going to be continued. Let's show you number 2. Right when we immediately got in the car to get over here, it just started raining. So it's probably going to rain. Look at this grass slope. Holy cow, look at this. This is nice. This is what I want to see. And so I purposely parked over there. Anyway, mowing. Guess what happened? Mowing number 2, the thing that just was dumb that I did, was I decided to try and mow as close as we could up to the trough and make sure that we got all this weed down. Because look, this is thick, man. It's taller. I couldn't even see the troughs half the time. Well, this trough used to be right here.
Yeah.
And I shifted it right off of its
Foundation
stuff.
block.
I hit it with the trailer backing up, but I didn't think I did, but man, it whoosh, shoved all of that stuff. The tractors are strong, guys. The tractors are strong. So it started leaking, and I think it busted the pipe under here, and it started coming out here and leaking down. Anyway, I've got to go back through this, shift this over, and replumb this so that way we make sure we have water, because I wanted to bring the buffalo into here. I'm like Eeyore, man. It's not like raining on us. But anyway, I wanted to bring the buffalo in here this last weekend, but I couldn't. I didn't have this set up. They do have a lot of water over at the lake, so they would be fine. But gosh, dumb thing number 2, right? So I'm gonna have to fix this. I'm not gonna fix this right now.
Well, you couldn't even fix it.
Well, right, I couldn't even fix it, right? Because what happened? My tractor was gone, and I need the tractor to push this back into position and lift it.
All things.
Right, it kind of could stand to have a tractor to help me out with that. But dumb thing number 2, just don't get close to your stuff, man. Just mow around it and come back with a weed whacker. That's the thing I'd say. So future project, guys, I got to fix this. I'm just not doing it right now, obviously, for some certain reasons. And Yeah, that's the way. I can't even look at you. The rain is hitting me in the face. So let's go to number 3. All right, number 3. So number 3 has to do with changing the oil in the car. And I kind of feel in some ways like this was really just a dumb thing. So first thing I want to point out is we have a bunch of oil underneath the vehicle, and that's because we have an oil leak, and it's cheaper just to replace oil than it is to actually fix the leak. Not an unusual occurrence. However, just the other day, I went in, undid this, checked the oil, because oftentimes we go about 4 quarts of the 5 quarts low, and decided to put some in, and I only had 1 quart. And I needed probably 2 more quarts to fill it back up, because our kids don't usually check it all the time. Anyway, so in the haste, I had put the cap right there, shut the lid, filled it up, shut the lid, took off, and didn't realize I forgot to put the cap back on. So I had to makeshift a cap, go get one over at A. O'Reilly's. Everything seemed to be fine, but it took about 5 days to get the cap. Engine didn't like it for a little bit, but otherwise it was fine. But just that dumb thing, you forget the stupid cap, and it's just one of those, you know, whatever, it's just dumb. I did not light the cab on, or the truck on fire. There's no oil stains, probably because we didn't have enough oil to make it to the top. But anyway, that was number 3. Lost the oil cap. So I want to come over and show you the buffalo as part of this number 4 thing that's kind of bad, and we can't find them. So this might be 5 things. We have literally gone through this pasture. They're back in number 4 where I have all the trees and
so much weed.
So much weed. You know, anyway, we cannot seriously find these buffalo. We've been everywhere. Let's see, are they down here?
I don't see anybody.
Like, wow. I mean, buffalo are hard to find, but goodness. No fence has been down.
No, we went by the gathering pen. It's the only other place I can think. Like, did we never drive by that today? Somewhere really easy and obvious.
Yeah, watch, they're just sitting up by the troughs.
Okay, so they're not in pen C or B. So that's clear and easy to see. I don't see them in A. I don't know. Those weeds over there, man.
Yeah, so you look at these weeds. I mean, it's forest, but we were on the other side as well. And unless they're literally just in the valley, this is going to be a hard day. And I don't want to drive down there.
Nope. And
potentially get stuck, because then I get the tractor out. Huh.
It's like they know we were looking for them. They're coming out now.
They were probably sitting right in the open in that pen, and hailing pens, and we just didn't even bother.
Didn't even look.
Didn't even see them. Gosh dang it. Here's Ahmed. Are those ladies in pen 5?
What are they doing in 5?
Did we ever close that gate?
Maybe we never closed.
I'm just telling you guys, man, this week is... We should probably go back and open up the one behind us so you can come back in.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. I really wanted to show you guys what the animals are looking like. Look at Ahmed, man. The hump is all thick. He looks really good. Gosh, he looks good. And every one of these females look really good. All right, yep. I'm glad to see you guys actually licking it. This is still the original tub of Rio Max. It's like 10 weeks in. So we are now in the middle of June, and some of these ladies have had their calves and some haven't, but just the conformation, the way these guys look, they just look good filled out. They don't look sunken hips. They don't look bad tails. They just look good. And it's been nice to see this and to see how they're all looking. Number 4 is a little softer on the back end. She needs to have her calf sometime soon, I hope. And so does Mary. Mary's just been looking like she's pretty ready to do this, but she's just been stubborn. So I've covered number 1, the tractor blew the tire. Number 2, I busted the trough and moved it. Number 3, I was dumb and didn't even put the oil cap right back on and lost the oil cap on a truck just doing normal maintenance stuff. So it's been rough. The number 4 is the one that's I need to sit down for. And this is one I don't even frankly know how to even say it. So My wife and I started buffalo 4 years ago. We bought animals from two people. One was Steve and one was from Brent. And for a long time they were like Steve's herd and Brent's herd. Just, it was an easy way to reference which ones we were talking about. As we were going through this whole journey, Steve literally lives 3 miles down the road, and he's been a great resource, a great mentor. I mean, other people in the TBA, the Texas Bison Association, have been really, really great. And to cap all of these things off, I get a call this morning. And it's Steve's family, and Steve passed away. This is gonna be hard. Anyway, Steve got us Ahmed, great bull, and then there's still 3 ladies that we have that's from Steve. Anyway, Steve passed away, Ahmed. You make me a little nervous, Ahmed. But doesn't he look good? Gosh dang it. He looks really, really nice. Okay, shoo shoo. It was a sudden thing. His family did make it into town. It's like losing a really good friend. You didn't hang out with him all the time. You know, you're not sitting there going places with him all the time, but we would be nowhere near where we are today without Steve and his help, his guidance, and just, I don't know, you can't say anything bad about the guy. He's probably one of the most genuine, nicest guys I've ever known. I don't want to ramble on about it, but talk about ending the last week or two with a sad note. So I will just put a plug out there. You need mentors, you need people you can turn to and you can trust. And Steve was that guy. I wish his family all the best. We're gonna try and help him out as much as possible. He has animals that are gonna have to be taken care of to some degree until they figure out what's going on, things of that nature. But, you know, I'll show you this picture of Steve sitting on a side-by-side, and this was one of his favorite pictures. It's one of his bulls that is sitting next to him. And he said he always liked this picture because it felt like he was saying goodbye. I'm a firm believer that after we leave this world, we go to a better place. A place where we'll find each other again, we'll be able to see each other, live forever, those kinds of things, and it doesn't end here. So, you know, I don't want to say that I'll never see Steve, because I think I will. And just want to say thanks, Steve.
For all the crazy things that we've gone through, done, experienced, having Steve as our friend, so close to us and ready to help at any moment, it's made a world of difference. And for whatever hard things we go through, to have somebody that you can turn to in those struggling times made such a difference. He would drop anything and be there for us for anything, and it wasn't always convenient, and he didn't always have to come, sometimes just talking on the phone, but he made our lives better, and we're so grateful for this experience of having Steve as part of our bison family. We really love him.
I think he's better off where he's at, and I'd love to see him again, and you know, we'll take care of his animals and help them at this time. So anyway, that's number 4. Man, that was hard. Thanks for joining along with us. Let's hope the next couple weeks go a little bit better, and I guess we'll say so long for Blackacre Ranch.